how did you feel before doing this? What was your everyday life like? How did you feel every day?
Oh gosh, I'd quit mining, probably it was about a year and a half before I got introduced to Creatrix. And I quit because my health started to deteriorate and I knew that that life wasn't serving me anymore. And I had the best of intentions to kickstart some kind of business on my own. But I just couldn't. Like it was like there was something holding me back, but I didn't even know what it was. It was me, like it was me, but I didn't know what part like was holding me back, if that even makes any sense at all. Yeah, and because I'd done a lot of coaching and stuff before, and and it had got me quite far, but I still wasn't living the life that I dreamt. Like I wasn't living the life that I knew that I could be living. I
Mm,
knew that there was so much more and I had so much more potential, but I just couldn't tap into it.
yep. Yep. And so what was the moment then that you decided to change and to do something?
Oh, so my friend Michelle, she's like my shining star, I swear. So she actually had been introduced to another transformologist, and she said to me I needed to get in touch with her. My health had hit an all-time low at this point. So yeah, I just was looking for answers. I just needed something to get me out of my own way.
What was it that you were seeking where you were like, yes, if I could just do this, it would help me with this? Like, what was it that you were looking for?
More of myself. I think it was the confidence and the courage to actually go after what I love, after what I knew I could, like just that. It was the confidence and the courage, just that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it seems so simple, but when you don't have it, it's all you want.
Yes, yes,
And it's a big
absolutely.
deal.
Oh, it's huge. It's massive. Like not having that was it just kept me in like in the motion, like I felt like I was just on that. Yeah, that circle of life that doesn't really serve anybody
Yeah.
and definitely was not serving me.
What was your big wow moment afterwards then where you knew that something had changed?
For me, it's been a few things like organization and punctuality. They were the two big things for me. Yeah, so when I started turning up to events on time, I was like, what? Like one of my friends still won't even believe this because we haven't caught up yet. But he'll be like, nah, who's this? And one other thing that happened was I was getting so frustrated. Adam and I like we're on our way somewhere, and because I was a last minute person, I'd get really frustrated. Like where like why and he would always take a detour when we were running late. Now why we running late? Because I was a last minute, like let's just get there right on time person. So then I get frustrated at him for like taking a wrong turn. And when I realized that the frustration was actually because I wasn't allowing enough time for something unexpected to happen. And then, putting this expectation on him to get us
To
there on
save it.
time.
Yeah. To
Yeah,
save what you.
yeah, totally. It was just like, oh my gosh, like this is ridiculous.
It's like
So that was
handing
a
him a
really
plane that the engine's going down, going, quick, sort this out.
totally, totally. It was like that was so unfair. And so yeah, it was really good to realize that as well.
Yeah.
um
So the punctuality. And what was the other one?
Organization, like
Mm.
oh mate, like seriously. So again, I'd be a last minute person, the conference for instance, pack my bag probably the morning, like I've got to get up early anyway to catch the flight, but hey, I'll still pack my bag too. And, so packed a couple of days before. It's just bizarre. Like it's just like I start doing these things that are totally not how old me would have operated. So they're quite subtle. They sneak up on you, but then you reflect and you're like, oh, hold on a second. No, there's no way I would have been acting like that before.
Yeah, exactly. And you do, it's all the little things, but it makes such a big difference to your day-to-day life.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I did have one other really big thing that happened. I used to get a pain in my side, and it was kind of like the size of my fist, and it was like someone would punch me. And one morning I was brushing my teeth, and this was after a few sessions of Creatrix, so my emotional intelligence had started to rise, so I could start catching things myself. So anyway, I was brushing my teeth, and I had a thought, and the thought was, what if she thinks I'm a fraud? As soon as I thought that, that that same intensity, the same size, hit me in the side of my stomach, same spot, and I was just like, that is related to that thought.
Wow.
And as we know, our subconscious mind can't differentiate between us and them. So when I'm saying, what if she thinks I'm a fraud? What I'm really saying is, I think I'm a fraud.
Yeah.
So that was huge. And we take the time to stop and listen and be with ourselves, and just stop the busyness so that it can express what needs to be expressed.
Yeah. And it doesn't need to get that, shouldn't need to get that far now.
Definitely not. Definitely not. And I have not had that pain ever since I've done the learnings around that either. So yeah, it's
Thank you so much for sharing that. That's incredible. Thank you for sharing your story and for sharing your time today. I really appreciate that. And hopefully, people really connect to what you're saying and allow themselves to really venture into what they need, if they need to listen to their body or if they need to make a change in their lives. Because, yeah, if we don't change things, things don't change.
absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks so much, Steph.